Well, hi, Phil Hoff. I started VSAC back in my days as governor on the basis that it increased the quality of education in Vermont and increased the opportunities for the young people of Vermont. It is a critical program for today and yesterday and forever. And I hope that you will continue to support it and indeed to expand it. It's a very complex business today, but as I started, it was simple, loaning people so they could go to college. Just a wholesale commitment to the children of Vermont. They ought to consider two things. One, the future of the students involved and where they end up and how they can contribute to the state, whichever state they happen to live in, and in their future. The second is pretty vital to the future of Vermont. It's essential that we have an educated citizenry that understands the complexity of the world in which we live. In terms of Vermonters leaving Vermont for lack of opportunity, the educational background becomes vital. If it's high, why then the chances of being employed are good. If it's low, then I'm afraid not. So the level of education here is critical. Do I think that this program should be continued for the benefit of Vermonters? Indeed I do. I think it's critical. It has grown enormously from the day I established it. And it has grown enormously because it covers so many things. It covers not only education, but it covers what you do in this world and how you relate to your family. And it is a prime institution to the betterment of Vermont youth and Vermont as a whole. People have got to know that. Your education is critical. That is enabling. That it will mean a lot to you and your future and your family's future and to the future of Vermont. And it works. As you recall, the original introduction in the House, I think, Education Committee was rejected. But the people who stepped up to the plate and who believed in the program were people that I'm friendly with today. Includes Bill Billings, who's gone, John Downs is gone. But looking back, if they hadn't stepped forward, we never would have moved that bill. In the Senate, I think Senator Jeffords was a prime mover and helper. I'm delighted that there's still a VSAC that has grown just enormously in terms of what it does and the benefit it bestows. And it's critical that it be continued and expanded. I'm by nature an optimist. So having started a program which I thought was pretty critical and having watched it grow as I think it should have, it's good. The initial funding of VSAC came from a credit source, which enabled us to come up with the money to fund the loans. And that's not covered in any book or article I've seen about VSAC, but it's true. But today, it's critical the legislature fund it, so it works. I think it's a good program, has been and will be, and expanded. It's had wonderful directorship. And it's done wonders and will continue to do wonders. I think it's very hard for the legislature not to get it, because statistically the information is there. Let's go back. If you look at the future of Vermont, its success is largely going to depend upon the quality of education of the people who live here and who work here. So this program is essential in terms of not only the future of those who participate, but the future of Vermont.